I'm very excited to do this video because one of the main reasons I wanted to start this channel is to do book reviews. I always wanted to be part of a book club, but never seemed to be able to join one, or we always read different books. So I want to start this channel to talk about the books I love and read and love. Did I mention that I love books? And so, yeah, I'm very excited. I want to talk about one of my favorite books of all times, which I reread just a few weeks ago, which is this one, Mindset by Dr. Carol Dweck. I absolutely love this book because it really changed my life. I read this book a couple of years ago, already 5 years ago actually, and I reread it recently as mentioned, and it was so good to reread it again. Back then it really changed my life. I absorbed it so much, I loved it so much, I kept thinking about it. Even in my room I put several posters reminding me constantly of the growth mindset. I have several posters of Michael Jordan because he's prominently featured in this book as a prime example of the growth mindset. And I have other posters reminding me of the growth mindset as well and its fundamental principles. So the mindset book is about the growth mindset and the fixed mindset. What that means is we often believe that our traits and skills are innate, that we're born with them and we cannot do anything to get better at them. So when we look at some people who succeed, that's because they were born that way, not because they earned it through hard work. That's what many people believe. That's the fixed mindset. On the other hand, you have the growth mindset, people who believe that everything comes from hard work and practice and repetition. Rereading it is so important because I realized how over the years I just slowly crept back into the fixed mindset. So every now and then I would say I'm largely growth mindset, but just certain things I would easily fall back into the fixed mindset. So it was so important to reread it again. This book is incredible in detailing the difference. And I'm really simplifying here. Really check the book out. It really explains the difference well. Many people will agree that when you practice one specific thing hours and hours and hours, then you will get better. However, these same people will think that certain traits are just not attainable through skill, right? You have to be born that way. One of those would be being funny. And I'm saying this specifically because I do stand-up comedy, and growing up, no one has ever told me that I'm funny. That has never happened. I did, however, like comedy a lot, and I really wanted to try it myself, and I wrote some jokes whenever I thought of them, and I knew, thanks to this book, that I can also do it. So I was like, okay, I might suck now, but eventually with hard work, and just by doing it, I will get better. When I first started with comedy, I sucked. In this video, I forgot my text multiple times. I stuttered a lot. The audience is just laughing because they're very, very generous and kind. That's the main reason. I sucked. However, I thought, okay, I read this book, I remembered it still, because I have all these posters in my room also. And I thought, okay, I just have to fail enough often that I'll get better. Just like Michael Jordan says. I failed over and over and over again in my life, and that's why I succeed. And I've done comedy a couple of times now, and I know I can make a room full of people laugh. Not always, but I can. So I thought this book is incredible. It just opened so many doors, even for things that are so fixed in so many people's mind. And so the reason why this is the first video on this channel is because I want to live by the growth mindset, and this channel should be about the growth mindset in general. So I know this is just being filmed on my iPhone, which is an older iPhone, and I know it's not high quality, and I'm repeating myself and I'm saying a lot of probably. But I thought it was good because it just shows I want to get started and I want to just improve. And looking back over the years, then I will hopefully have improved and laugh about it and think, oh, awesome, because this really made the difference. So this whole channel is about the growth mindset. I know it's going to be maybe a bit scrappy. The lighting is not perfect. I'm not speaking perfectly, etc. But it's only about improvement, and step by step, hopefully I'll get there. I'm saying this funnily enough because I read this book, as mentioned, 5 years ago. But in the book list, I save all the books I'm reading. Just below the mindset book, there's this book. A book on stand-up comedy, which I read in 2016. And that's significant for me because I only started with stand-up comedy 3 years later in 2019. So even though I read this book, right, I still was so afraid of going on stage and bombing and failing that I did not allow myself to just go on stage and do it and try it. So that's why I'm just starting out with this video, although it's not perfect. I just want to get started and hopefully get better. One of the main things here is you have to make mistakes. You have to make mistakes to get better, because you can never experiment and try things without getting out of your comfort zone and possibly failing. So comedy is a great example of that. You can never try out your jokes unless you go in front of other people. And when you try a new joke and do it in front of other people, there's a big chance you will suck, right? It's gonna be quiet in the room, and it's very, very humiliating at first. But you will get used to that fact, and by constantly doing that, you will get better. You will get better. And I'm hoping to do this with this YouTube channel. It might suck in the beginning, as I said, but it will get better. And that's what I'm hoping. That's why I'm just emphasizing this. But bear with me. And I'm mentioning Michael Jordan a lot. Obviously, there are limits. I can never become NBA superstar like Michael Jordan. Certainly not at this age anymore. But if I really want to improve in basketball skills, for example, I can train hours and hours per day and become much, much better. I can become the best version of a basketball player I can become. So I think that's what the book is about. It's just very liberating and allows you to make mistakes and grow as a person and really see everything as an experiment and kind of like a dojo. So you don't have to step in the ring of life, which is so scary and high risk, but you just go into a dojo where you just train and become better. So any setback also, it's very liberating, because every setback you face and every failure you go through, you just think, oh, this is just going to make me better. Growth mindset. It's necessary to grow. I'll learn from this and I'll get better. So it's very liberating, very freeing, and very encouraging to do more and to not see negativity or failure as a final destination, but rather a stepping stone to improvement. It's very good to read this to really understand what's going on and to become the growth mindset, and how liberating it is and how creative one can become. So I feel so great having reread this. Back then it felt so empowering knowing that, hey, if I want to get good at something, I can. I just have to put a lot of effort into it. It's completely up to me, and I can just do it. So yeah, this book is incredible. I really recommend it to every single person. It's awesome.